Happy Saturday, everybody. We are going to be playing with a lot of new makeup today. Eyeshadow palette, foundation, we've got concealer and blush. We've got an eyeshadow primer and lots of new stuff. So it's all stuff I've never tried before, so I'm excited to do this video, and if you're excited about it, you can stick around and get into the video with me. But first, let me tell you about my morning. So my daughter has had enlarged tonsils and things like that. Last night I looked at them and there were actual holes in the tonsils. So this morning, 8 o'clock, we go into the doctor. She needs a tonsillectomy because she's had strep throat 16 times. And 5 days ago, she just stopped an antibiotic for strep throat. So she has it again. And so I'm panicking. I buy the probiotic because her immune system's going to be completely wiped out. Not that any of you guys care, but I'm just saying I'm really tired. I apologize for my appearance. But that's how my morning went. And I'm stressed out and just going to film for you guys and try to mentally escape this issue because my other daughter had strep throat as well recently. So they both had it and now my daughter has it again. That's what we're working with, and yeah, it's stressful. I retract my statement. There are maybe 2 things I haven't tried, or I have tried in here that I'm going to incorporate. So first, let's get into priming the eyes because I have a new eyeshadow palette from Pacifica called the Love Stoned palette. So I'm going to get to opening this after we prime the eyes. I'm using the Ulta Matte Eye Primer. This was my favorite. I ran out of it, so I had to get some more. The key to having the eyeshadow not stick, but not crease or budge on you or fade throughout the day, is to just use a very small amount, okay? Putting that on the eye and then going in with a beauty sponge and sort of stamping it out. So if you think it's not enough and it's not going to cover your whole eye, that's when you know it's the right amount. I'm going to go in with some powder and bake that part of the eye because we really don't want the eyeshadow to move. This is a hack. So I'm giving you like a 10-in-1 video. So you're going to want to let that bake sit on for 60 seconds and then wipe it away, and then we're ready to work with the eyeshadow. While I let that bake, I'll tell you about the eyeshadow palette. So this is 100% vegan and cruelty-free, and it looks like it's based off of all crystals, so that's why it says Love Stoned. You don't get a mirror, but you do get all the info about the stones, and then you get this beautiful palette. So it has some colors, and it's got some mattes in there, and I'm looking at this, and I really want to play with those two today, I think. So the layout is cute. I think it's in like a shape of a gem or something, but it's $20 or $21 for this, and we're gonna see if it's worth it. We're gonna do an eye look and see if it's worth it. I think the bake is about done, so we're gonna wipe that away with just any powder brush. This is just a hack. I usually don't do it this way. I only usually set from the crease up. This is a hack for beginners to not have the eyeshadow smudge or budge or, crease on them if you have oily skin. That was just a little hack for you guys. Let's go right into that palette. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. So I'm taking my Morphe M513, going right into the shade called Garnet. And wow. That is so pigmented. Do you know how hard it is for vegan formulas to get pigment like this that not only is pigmented but blending so effortlessly right now? That's extremely hard to do, especially reds and those types of colors, pinks and all that. This is impressing me. Holy smokes. That was just one dip into that palette. Going in a second time, by the way, no fallout. No kick up in the pan. You see that? Nothing. That's impressive. Just gonna roll that up toward the brow bone a little bit. Just gonna do a real chill look today. But at least it has color in it. It's not too neutral. I want to take my finger and go into pink sapphire right here. And I'm going to put that from inner to outer corner. See how that performs. On its own, it is really pigmented. No fallout. Really, really pretty. But I want to see how this performs wet. I'm going to take their Coconut Essence Hydro Mist and spritz my brush. I already have shadow on. And see if that helps. Looks to be a little bit better. I don't usually like to dunk my brush in with it wet. We will try that. And now there is kick up in the pan on that. So it can be built up to be a little bit more vibrant, but not much. But I am satisfied with that. Look how pretty that is. Maybe I'm just not putting enough pressure. Yeah, it can be built. I try to go in with a light hand on shimmers, but this can be built up and it looks really, really nice. Honestly, I think I'm just going to leave it right at this. Satisfied with that. Looks really, really pretty. It's kind of like monochromatic. Now from the palette, I'm going to take Black Tourmaline, which is the coolest gem, and line my eyes with that. This is really pigmented, but there is some fallout with that shade. It's pretty black. It's almost like a charcoal though. But the fallout is not that bad. And I'm sure it can be swept away pretty easily. Let's try that. Yeah, so it sweeps right away. Interesting. I like that. My skin has been very textured lately, if you couldn't tell. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know. But in here, there is a shade called Rose Quartz, and I'm just going to put that, wow, that is pigmented, on the brow bone for a highlight. Super creamy and pigmented. These all blended phenomenally. I recommend this based on what I used. I didn't use a ton of shades, but don't be surprised though, inside the pan, that black looks green. But it isn't. I'm going to test the Ilia mascara here. It's 100% cruelty-free, vegan, and let's just see. Got this for a wand. So it's not a bendy wand at all. So it's not flexible. Let's see, it's giving me quite a bit of length just by doing this really quickly. But it is the type of scratchy brush that hits the eye. It doesn't hit it, but if you accidentally stab yourself, it's gonna hurt. So not heaps of volume or length, but it's all right. It seems it's like a drier mascara. I feel like this would be great for the lower lash line, and we'll test that on the lower lash line. I'm going to go put on some falsies. The ones I'm going to use today are from Tarte. They're the double duty ones, and they're vegan lashes too. Maneater, so that's what I'm going to go put on, and I will be right back. Those were by far the easiest lashes to put on ever. I had to trim them. They were like this long, but wow. And these are reusable probably up to 10 times. Okay, priming the face. I'm going to be using the Olehenriksen Banana Bright Primer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember ever using this. But it smells divine, and it looks like this. So this is supposed to illuminate the face. It's got skincare benefits in it. And holy crap, I think I tried this on my own and it didn't impress me as far as luminosity or anything like that. but it is moisturizing and it smells really good. I don't really notice a huge difference, but my face feels moisturized and it smells delicious. However, I kind of wonder, is this a clean brand? Because fragrance in skincare, I don't know. Just saying. I'm going to spray my coconut primer spray and let that sink in. Then go in with the Rimmel pore filler as per usual. I had to color correct some areas that I'm having issues with, but I've used that on camera before, so I didn't feel like I had to show it. We are going to be testing the new Itcosmetics Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer SPF 50 UVA and UVB Broad Spectrum Physical Sunscreen. Clinically tested, hydrating, and anti-aging with 3D Skin Flex. The active ingredients in this are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which are key for sun protection. So I already put my sun block on, my sun bum, as per usual, but this is going to be great because it has the 2 active ingredients necessary to reflect sun rays. Like I said, the difference between physical and chemical is physical straight reflects UVA and UVB rays off the skin, whereas the chemical allows them to penetrate and then the body kicks it back out. So let's see about this. I got mine in the shade Neutral Medium. I don't know, drop the cap. I don't know how this is going to go. It comes with a pump. It's just like the other Itcosmetics products, and I'm just going to do 2 pumps like this, and I'm going to use my Shopmissa AOA sponge and apply. It has a slight fragrance to it, nothing crazy, and it almost feels like oranges or like a fruit, but this seems to be a really good color match. I'm going to get my ears because it's got that sunscreen in it. Now it says full coverage. Let's see if it can cover up all of my... I've got that texture, so I only used 1 pump and I'm still going. This can cover my full face, my whole face. So I feel like that's just medium coverage. I'm going to go in with a second layer. Really build it on the areas that I really need it. Which would be like the sides of my nose, the top of my nose, and where I have all that texture. And up here I have marks. So you can still see some texture under there, but texture is not going to go away. If you have active pimples and things like that, they're going to show through a foundation as far as the bump itself, but it covered the texture, which was what I was worried about. So I would say this is a light full coverage foundation. It's not extremely full. If you want full coverage, this is not it, but it is pretty full coverage. So it knocked that out. It knocked that out, I think. I feel like I can still see redness on that. So I want to try, and this is just like a teeny tiny quarter of a pump to see if that will cover that area. I'm not seeing it covering it very well. Okay, so it's kind of safe to say I don't think this is complete full coverage, but it feels really weightless and really, really nice. It has a pleasant, almost non-existent scent, sort of like a nice fruit. So I am impressed. It has no sunscreen smell whatsoever. And I really like the coverage on it. I like the look. I like the finish. It's sort of a demi satin matte kind of finish. I really like that. I think it's flattering. The shade match is on point. They do have limited shade selection, but again, so does the original illuminating, the regular CC cream, and the matte 50 plus. So I really like this because it lets some oils come through. It has some shine. I like that for the summer, and it's buildable coverage. You can start out with medium and build it up to light full, like I said. So I really like this so far. I'm going to take a peek up close for you. It's not settling into my smile lines at all. It's a really beautiful finish. It feels like I'm wearing absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong with this in my opinion at all. I love it. I think you guys will too. Ah, the joys of being in the basement. The sounds. I picked up the Ilia brand. It's a clean brand at Sephora, their concealer. So let me read you some claims about this concealer. And I got mine in the shade Yucca. It's kind of hard to shade match online, but I think my Sephora doesn't carry Ilia. But here are the claims. A silicone-free and cleanly formulated medium coverage concealer with skincare benefits. Lightweight with a silky serum-like texture, True Skin Serum Concealer is enriched with stabilized vitamin C to help brighten and protect skin from free radicals and environmental damage. Featherweight on application, it immediately aids in reducing the appearance of dark circles and discolorations, leaving skin surface with a healthy glow that looks nourished and flawless. So I'm looking here and it almost looks like it's going to be the same shade as my skin, but we shall see. No, I think it's going to be good. Oh yeah. Very creamy. Doesn't smell like anything. I wouldn't expect it to, being more of a clean brand. Sometimes they have natural scents in their products, but we're going to try this out. It is super lightweight, very creamy, and it has a flat applicator. So I like that because you can really flex in right in here and brighten, and I usually have to brighten the sides of my nose. So I'm just going to demonstrate blending this out a little bit on camera. I know you guys don't really want to see, so I'm going to do the rest of my face and then do the eyes on camera. All right, so I blended out my face and this eye, and it blends immediately. It's super lightweight. I don't feel like I'm wearing any concealer at all. Did a great job. It is medium coverage. You did a great job at brightening my under eye, but when I got to the eye, it kind of stings a little bit when the product itself does not sting, and I'm sure it would if you put it in your eye, but going close up to the eye at the waterline, almost on the lash line, it burns, it stings, it's making my eyes water, and I'm going to attribute that to the vitamin C. So if you have sensitive eyes, just be warned that if you get too close right here, that it may or may not sting a little bit. So it's not uncomfortable or anything like that. My eyes are not runny or anything, but just note that because of those vitamin C elements in here, that the air while blending is potentially irritating to the eye. But it is medium coverage. It looks beautiful on the eye. It did a great job. I absolutely love the look of this. Very pleased with it. It does not look cakey or settle into the fine lines. It actually looks like I'm wearing nothing. And it's divine. It is gorgeous. I can't wait to see what the the mascara looks like on the lower lashes. Let's get back into the Love Stoned palette. I'm just going to take the same shade. Well, let's see. Let's go in with Amethyst. I think I said that wrong in the beginning. I think to the brow bone shade, I pointed at Amethyst. I never set the under eye concealer right there, but this will set it. The eyeshadow will set this part of the under eye concealer because it is a powder. I like this color. Nice purple color. Very impressed with the pigment. really nice. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana powder. No, I said I was using new stuff. I'm going to use new stuff. All right. Number 7 powder. I don't know if I use this in a video or not, guys. Cut me a break. I'm trying. We'll just set the areas that I concealed. And this is a little tacky, so I'm just going to go over those areas with the same powder. So this foundation will need to be set. Most definitely. If you want your powder products to go over it, or if you're going in with cream products, you don't need to set this foundation. Do you see what I'm talking about? When I turn right here, I have all this texture that I don't know where it's coming from. I have the best of the best skincare for texture. I've got the baby facial, I've got all that stuff, and I don't know, maybe it's going to take some time to fix, but it is bothersome right now because I don't know, my skin was clearing up and now it's gone back to the same old shit that it used to be. So I went in with my Wet n Wild brightening crayon on the inner rim, and then I went in with the Ilia mascara on the bottom. Now this one is interesting. As you can see, it's sort of bulbous on this area, then it gets thin, and then it gets big again. So this is the first one that's that interesting to me. It doesn't deposit a whole bunch of product at one time, which I appreciate. It did not transfer on my lower lash line at all, and it actually gave me really good length. So I love that mascara, first impressions. Now I'm going in with this Morphe Icon bronzer. It is my favorite bronzer at the moment. It's just one that I love and I can't get over. It is super beginner friendly. This is in the shade Icon. It is so blendable, creamy, and it just deposits the right amount. It's buildable, gorgeous. I love it. Really good for light to medium skin tones. It's not too orangey or red. It's like the perfect bronzer shade. It doesn't emphasize my texture, which I think is really important. So this video is obviously going to be a little bit longer, but I'm testing most new products, and I think you guys would like sort of a mini review at the same time. I highly recommend this bronzer. I just haven't picked it up in a while, and I'm like, why? So there's the look of the bronzer, nice and healthy looking, buildable, beautiful. For blush, I'm going in with MAC Warm Soul blush. It's just a classic, and I wanted to try it for myself. It has little bits of shimmer in it. It's really beautiful, and it is, you know, an unbeatable blush. It's almost like a bronzery, peachy, just a beautiful blush. It's the perfect tone. It's so special. Leaves a hint of luminosity on the face. I always go over my nose for that sunburnt effect and deposit whatever's left on my face. I could just go in with this blush all day. I did test it out before doing this video because I had to. I got it in the mail and I had to try it. I've heard so many good things about this blush. So as you can see, it's just a radiant, but not too radiant blush. Beautiful on the skin. Let me swatch it for you. So there you can see it. It's so beautiful, a little bit radiant, a little bit glowy, but it's like the perfect blush. It's kind of bronzery, bronzery. I don't know what's happening. Last but not least, I have the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost Highlight. It's called Diamond Wet. I didn't even open it yet. I waited to do this video for you. So here's the packaging, the luxe packaging of Jeffree Star. On the back, we have Diamond Wet. And yeah, let's go ahead and open this up. So how beautiful. We've got the embossed logo of Jeffree Star. This is more my speed. That's why I picked it. Let's give it a swatch. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Let's put this on the cheeks. I'm only going to go in with a tiny bit of product to see. That was so tiny. I'm going to go a little bit more. So that is wet looking. My type of highlight. Oh my, super wet looking. It's a gorgeous shade. It's like a champagne gold. Well, would you look at that? Just look at it. You guys ever heard that? It's so funny. Would you look at that? Would you look at this? Would you look at that? Guys, research that. It's so funny. I know my sister, if she sees this, she'll know what I'm talking about. This has glitter in it. So, as you can see, it's going to emphasize texture. But I really like the shade of this. So this I would wear by itself, but it does have, you can see, I hope, on the pan and in here, there's the glitter. You can see that right there and right up here. So there is a lot of glitter in here. You might not like that, so that's why I'm reviewing it for you today. I'm going to put some on my pinky and highlight my inner corner, and I took it down too far, son of a gun. Oh, I fixed it. I redeemed myself, guys. And I also have the lipstick that I'm going to be using. Put this on the brow bone. I love this highlight, guys. I'm obsessed. Even though it emphasizes my texture, I really, really like it. Let's put some on the décolleté. Yes. So, oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. So the highlighter is a hit for me. I really, really love it. Now let's get into the lipstick. I chose the shade Fully Nude. Kind of nervous about this. His liquid lipstick formula is known to be really great. So this is what it looks like. It's got the green and then the color you can see through. It's transparent, so that's nice. Let's give her a swatch. So this is more my speed of a nude. Definitely really nice. I'm just going to quickly line my lips and I will be right back. Just to note, I have glitter absolutely everywhere. You can see in this swatch just how glittery it is. Can you see that? And when I go like this, can't you see the glitter all over the place? It's everywhere. On my face, it has dropped down all over. See that? See that? So if you don't like glitter, don't buy this. But here we go with the liquid lip. I hope and pray it's going to be good. So it's more peachy nude. It doesn't look bad. The formula is really, really good. I'm not dipping back in. I'm just taking some off the rim. So I really like this formula. The color is good. It is more of a peachy nude though. It is almost looking a little corally to me, but I do like it. Maybe not with this look. What do you guys think? It went on really smooth. The formula is bomb. The other colors to choose from were really out there for me. This was the only wearable shade that I could find. But I really do like it. I like this nude color. I've never had a nude like this on my lips before, but I'm open to it and gonna embrace it. So let's set our face. I'm going to use the Pixi Milky Hydrating Milky Mist. This stuff smells so good, and the mister is amazing on it. This is the full look, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. These are my first impressions on everything. If you'd like me to come back and do a follow-up review and see if I've changed my mind about everything, let me know down in the comments. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.